Let's see what happens here. Oh, no. Finn Callahan's so frustrating, mate. So frustrating. All right. Well, it says I'm live. So let's see what happens here. Where the hell do I see the comments? Yeah, recording. Oh, man. I could be absolutely out of my depth here. Let's have a look. Hey, thanks for the gift there. Let's have a look if I am live on YouTube. I'll tell you what, technology, not my strong suit, mate. Not my strong suit at all. Huh. Well, it certainly says we're live. Certainly says we're live, so let's have a bit of a look here. There's the comments. So we are live. Let's go. Okay. All right. So I don't quite have a clue. Let's see what we can do with the comments. I see. Shorty's moving up in the world. I see. Okay. Look, I'm going to roll over to. Oh God, that was an effort. I'm going to roll over to YouTube, guys. So yeah, feel free to come over, and if I didn't get to one of your questions, it's a bit hard because the comments go so quick, and yeah, it's hard to get to everyone. But I will. I do get to every comment on YouTube. So if you want to come over there, feel free. I'll also be doing a preview video later in the week. So thanks for your comments. Thanks for your follows. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Now, YouTube, you have to be happy with me here. I mean, come on, have a look. Let me just get. I want to see what this looks like. That's not me right now. What about the lives right now, bro? How do I see myself live? This shouldn't be so hard. Hey, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Okay. Right, well, there you go. That actually comes up pretty damn nice, doesn't it? Would you look at that? Shorty's worked out the StreamYard. Don't you just love it? All right, let's get into some questions, shall we? This will fucking test my eyesight out though. Bloody hell. Stuart, I am the highest one. Yeah, cool. When De Goey and Houston both play, what happens to Long? Not a good buy, I think. No, I tend to agree, mate. Just trying to see. Oh, yep, these are the most recent ones. Cool. So bear with me. I'm just getting my head around a bit of a different look here. Just trying to find the best way to sort of navigate it. Yeah. Look, Stuart, I tend to agree, mate. Look, I think my worry with Ned Long is that, like, how much money are we actually going to make out of him, really? Like, I sort of feel like best case scenario, you make, I don't know, 50K on the way down, 80K on the way down, and 130, 140 on the way up. Probably make that much going down to someone like Caden Cleary. So I tend to agree with you. Jonas, heard old Shorty might have had a bit of leftover. You are a bloody clown, mate. What are people thinking of the new comment system? Are you enjoying this? Hey, Shorts, this is from Waters. What's going on, mate? How was your Kiev? Yeah, I burnt the shit out of it, actually, mate, if I'm honest. I love me a good Kevin. Yeah, it was good, mate. It was good. I had to scoff it, though, because I was running a bit behind. So, Sin cooked, O'Driscoll injured, Henderson high break even, out for Cleary, Gross, Dacos this week for me, using last boost because I can. Yeah, fair call, mate. Look, I think the Cleary and Gross thing are a good option. Tell you what, it is hot in here. Just give me 1 sec. I've got to put the aircon on, guys. Give me one moment. Yeah, I tell you what, the new setup's got me a little bit rattled, mate. I'm so used to doing my normal thing now. What can you still do polls and stuff? I assume you can. Oh, amusement. Here we go. Life is like a door. Don't trust a cow because the sun can't swim. Okay. Anthony, do I give Connor O'Sullivan one more week? Yeah, I think we do, mate. Look, once he drops that 100, then we can move him on. Gabe, Kako, Davidson, and O'Sullivan out. Dacos, Cleary, and Gross in. Yep, all good trades. Look, I think you got to get one of Gross or Cleary. I don't think they're both like absolute must-have rookies, but I think you got to get one of them. Oh, would you look at this? Carl, Easter eggs versus hot cross buns, shorty. Definite Easter eggs, mate. Specifically the Easter bunny. Love me one of those Cadbury bunnies. The big one too. Oh, it's naughty. If someone can tell me how to do a poll, what's this little button do here? Edit layout? Nah. Stop, invite, leave settings. Oh, hey, whoa, shit. What have I done here? Jesus Christ. Hey, Rebecca, what's going on? Yes, sure. What's up, Twisty? How are you, mate? Good to see you. I kind of like how this bobs up like this. Give me some feedback. I know you guys asked for it, and I tried. You know, technology is not my strong suit, but I feel like this is going okay. Luke, hey, shorty, I may or may not should be taking over your channel after getting a big 2,340, putting me in the top 1% after going Brayshaw instead of Sarong. Great. They're the gutsy calls that just get you excited and separate the boys from the men. And currently I am a boy. Oh, God. Ah, boy. No, well played, mate. It was amazing. Like, I bumped into a few people at Adelaide Oval. They're like, oh, shorty. I'm like, hey, mate, what's going on? How's the side going? Yeah, good. Top 500. Oh, nice. How's the side going, mate? Yeah, ranked in top 1K. Nice. You? No, 30,000. Yep, all good, bro. Fucking hell. Sammy boy, option on Dale, Roberts, O'Sullivan, and SDK. Option on. Well, I'll be trading Roberts, you know, whether it's up or down. O'Sullivan one more week. DeConing should go. Hold on Dale. That'd be the way I approach it. And then, yeah, maybe Nasai Wanganeen Miller, a good inclusion. Harley, I'm backing track for 120 plus this week. Wow. 120 plus. Who are the D's got? Freo. Wow. Look, mate, I don't know if you want some sort of wager, and I don't really want to wager bet against Petrarca, but I do not see it happening. But look, I hope for your team that he does. We got to that one. Ozjam, what's going on? Yeah, I'm well, mate. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Flag Blues, Sanders and Stone out in Rosie and Cleary. If Sardis doesn't play, should I trade him to Gross? I wouldn't use a boost for that. Put it that way, I think. And it's funny how things changed. Last week, Rosie was bad news. He was stinking it up, and now he's a trade-in option. But look, I think Gross probably isn't worth a boost. But yeah, I'm really hoping Cleary comes back. Gee, money. Hey, shorty, cats and pies of flying power. Bring on round 8. Absolutely, my friend. Cannot wait. I'll be there. I think we've already discussed this, but I'm looking forward to it, mate. Jackson, would you pick up track or hold off him? Me and Harley were having a bit of a chat about this on TikTok, and get around his TikTok too. Harley AFL Sports Talk, I think the full name is. But I would hold off. So I've done a video talking a bit more in depth. I did that tonight, so it should be up. But I'd hold off just to see, for Petrarca and Melbourne to find some sort of form. I just feel like everything's dying around them. And probably Warner, I know you haven't mentioned him, but I feel like he's probably a slightly better option, or at least I prefer him. But yeah, I mean, I'm a Petrarca lover. I love watching him play. I want to see him back. But at this point, I'm just not sure where he's at, you know. Like, watching him at the Adelaide Oval, like, the numbers were okay, but the damage wasn't. It wasn't the Petrarca of old. So, yeah. Luke, don't spam, bro. Yeah. I think that might have been in reference to old Sammy. Look, Sam might be new here. I do, as opposed to TikTok, where it's just bang, 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 bang. Whatever I see, I talk about. This one, I'll get to your comment. I will. It might take a bit of time, but we will get there. Tiger Rewa off. Jesus Christ. What I've done here is because my eyesight's relatively poor, I've actually zoomed in a bit. So I'm largely just looking at me and can only see half of your comments on the right. So when I click, it's news to me as well. So Marco, Marco had a good chat last week. Hope work's been going better for you, mate. Shorty had a good day with the lads at Royal Melbourne. Knocked a few back at the bar after ready for a good stream, mate. Yeah, love it, mate. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Charles, thoughts on Roberts to Gawn, Davidson to Cleary, Kako to Gross? Yeah, I like that. Look, people bring in Cleary. Look, he's my old mate from the start of the year. What did he even score? Jeez. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I have clicked his AFL fantasy scores, but I guess, look, a 61, break even at 17. Look, if we're looking for downgrades in the back line, if Al Hooley's not named sub, I'd be going with him as opposed to Luke Cleary. But that's just my opinion. But thanks for the question, Charles. Dan, is Rosie a nice in? Super cheap. Yeah, I wouldn't talk you out of it. Like, I wouldn't say no, but he is a guy that we know can cop a tag. So what's to say that people don't start tagging him off half back? That's my only concern. So, but at the price, look, he looked fantastic. So probably not one that I'm rushing out to get. But if you said to me, like, yeah, mate, looking to get him in, I'm not going to talk you out of it. Don't mind it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Tiger Rewald in fine form. Jackson, would you pick up track or hold? Yeah, we touched on that before. It's just a wait and see for me. Jesus Christ, Sam's copping it. Go easy on Sam. He might not know the process. Flag Blues, my chicken died today. Our dog got to her. Her name was Chick. I can only assume you're trying to set me up there. Oh, but if your chicken did actually die, I'm sorry. Carl, Catters, Hawks, Shorty, danger game versus Hawks outfit, smarting from the shameful effort last week, or Hawkball bubble burst, back to the cellar with them. Now, I must admit, I'm wary. I'm wary. I know they're not maybe as good as like what their position on the ladder has said. I don't know if you listen to SEN and Daniel Hoyne, Mr. Champion Data, good segment. Tuesday nights, Sports Day, SEN. But he's been all over them, not really moving the ball as well as maybe what everyone thinks. And they've got a couple of chinks in their armory. But no, I'm certainly not taking them lightly at all. I can't wait for that game, mate. It is going to be saucy as. But I'll be there. And I'm nervous because they'll be fired up. Hey, Graz. Hey, Shorty, thoughts on Roberts and Davidson to Whitfield and Gross? Yep, love it, mate. Look, I think both good inclusions. I think Roberts, yeah, he's probably just not quite what we were hoping for. I'll just jot a couple of things down. Get a bit of a temperature check from you guys. Definitely helps me put together the preview when I do it. Yeah, thanks to everyone who said good day to me at Adelaide Oval, mate. I really appreciate when you guys say hi. So, yeah, thanks very much. Hunter, Neil, and Oliver for Cleary and Dacos. Neil, what are we talking there? Is that Erasmus or are you going Lockie Neil? Because I wouldn't be trading Lockie Neil. Maybe just clarify that one for me, mate. But I feel like Lockie Neil is working into a bit of buy territory, I actually feel. So, Jackson, would you? Oh, yeah, we touched on that one. Mike C. Brayshaw. Yep, got nothing wrong with that. Who have they got? They've got Melbourne. Look, the only slight thing would be surely he's got to get some attention. Like you would think, like I watched Tom Sparrow get stuck in a max home for 4 quarters and Maxi Boy only got me a 70. So that'd be my only word of warning is that sometimes Tommy Sparrow tags, But he didn't go anywhere near Zach Merritt, did he? So it's a hard one to choose. Sometimes I feel like Simon Goodwin was just like, hey, boys, Shorty's got the C. He's got the C on Holmesy. Let's piss him right off, But and you did, Simon. You did. Dan, best money-making mids to get in. I think it's, Cleary and Gross for us this week. I've got the break-evens right here in front of me. Otherwise, I think we got to make, in terms of getting guys in, I reckon we've got to make Dacos a priority. I feel like Gorn also a priority. Now, you guys have probably said it below, but how do I make a poll on this thing? Because that'll be a deal breaker, bro. If I can't do a poll on here, I'm going to scroll right to the bottom. Can you... Holy shit, there's a lot of comments. Fuck. Could someone tell me how I do a poll on this thing? Look, I'll give you some time, but that's all good. That's all good. Where are we up to? Definitely makes it easier to find the comment you're up to as well, because it's blaring in blue. Where are we? Fraser, Davidson and Roberts to Wanganeen, Miller and Cleary. Yep, love that, mate. I think that is a good inclusion on both fronts there. Jackson, we touched on that. Luke, worth going Oliver on to Nick Dacos, or waste of a trade. Oliver has some nice matchups coming up. No, I don't think it's a waste of a trade. Look, I don't feel like Oliver has to go, but if he does, then so be it. I mean, if I was in that position, well, I guess I am. I'm not doing it just yet. So I'm bringing in Gorn this week. Hey, we've hit the ton. Appreciate that, guys. Thanks for all your comments. We love the live stream. One of the highlights of the week. And Lukey boy is in. G'day, Shorty. Good to see you all on Friday night. Was good to meet Jeff as well. What did he think of me? Oh, mate, he was a fan. He was a fan. Enjoyed the chat. Appreciated your kind words. So, nice to see you, mate. Charles, that trade makes me 375. I'm pretty sure from memory I did like that trade, aside from Cleary. Tiger Ewald, Shorty, do I trade out Davidson and Stone for Gawn and Cleary? Could also trade out Sanders. Yeah, I think that's good. Look, I would say, you're an idiot, Shorty. They're all talking about Caden Cleary. What a dick. Here I am going about, I don't think Luke Cleary is a good inclusion, guys. You're talking about Caden. Then, yes, that's a great inclusion. Too many Clearys, mate. Too many Clearys, bro. What was it? I like Gawn. Sanders is interesting too. I feel like Sanders, with Bontempelli back, any chance of him getting that elusive ton is gone. Marco, Shorty got Rosie out because he wasn't going too well, and then he gave me the big Bailey Smith. He did, didn't he? That is brutal, mate. It's like the opposite of I traded in Joel Frazier, Bailey Humphrey, Bailey Dale, been scoring well, they score crap. That's like the opposite. And I don't know which one is more painful. I think seeing the guy go and then find form is more painful. Lauren, recommendations for a couple of cheap midfielders. Yeah, definitely Caden Cleary. I think he might be available as a forward. Tom Gross as well, probably the main ones to consider. And my boy Carl, hope Gather Round was saucy. By the way, where are my manners? Oh, mate, good to see you. And then no need to apologize, my friend. You're one of the all-time Shorty live stream legends. Just a sanger. Got rid of Rowan Marshall for Darcy Cameron. Thoughts? Yeah, I think that's a fair call. Look, Darcy Cameron, he's going really well, averaging nicely. And Rowan Marshall, I wouldn't rule out that he comes into our sides at some stage in the year. Like, before he got this injury, I was like, maybe he's going to be my flex. I'll still consider it, but yeah, not right now though, because his break-even's bloody huge and he's carrying a bit of an injury. But potentially, like, say if Cherry he keeps going for a couple of weeks and he just can't battle this hamstring off, and Tristan Cherry's like, mate, I need a rest, I'm done. Or De Koning, Pitnet comes in, kills De Koning, Rowan Marshall finds some form. Maybe that could be the play, but for now, Marshall is an absolute struggle. GC Suns, Hub, Dacos or Rosie at half back. I assume we're talking Josh then I would go Connor Rosie for me, mate. YouTube user, would you rather a great set of eyebrows with a bad stash or a glorious stash and a set of eyebrows like a pair of slugs? Great dash for the... That's good. That's good. Oh, Joe. Daniel, how are we? Any guesses on my question tonight? Joe, I can only assume you are wondering about my first goal kicking contest. I'm pretty sure it's you who reminds me frequently. Fraser, Davidson. Yeah, we touched on that one. We like that. We touched on that. I'm not sure where Ryan's going with that one. Josh, get Elijah Hewitt and Connor Stone on my bench, or got them on my bench. Which one am I better off bringing Cleary in for? Stone ain't playing well, but Hewitt ain't playing at all. Yeah, I'd probably just go to the one that makes you more money, which I think would be Stone, only just. Yeah, what's he at? Was he at 170? Yeah, look, I'd go Connor Stone. I mean, you could probably mount the argument that, look, Stone's going crap. He's playing great, but he's going crap. So we probably know the role sucks. Where you could mount the case that, well, look, if Elijah Hewitt does get going and does get opportunity in that West Coast midfield where they are dying for some opportunity to be taken, maybe he could score. So I think we don't know on Hewitt yet. He just needs opportunity, where with Stone, we probably know. And he'll get you an extra 25K. Zach, thoughts on bringing in Toby Green? It's a no from me. So even at his very best, which he looked back to on the weekend, he's merely just a mid-90s guy. And we've got a stack of options down in the forward line, up in the forward line, so no need to go him. Tell you what, when he was playing great the other day, I just had this bizarre flashback to Toby Green, the midfielder, who burst onto the scene as the midfielder. Like, doesn't that seem like such a strange time where he was just racking up stat after stat? Yeah, we touched on the Brayshaw one. We like that. It's Kaz. Hope the Kiev was good, Shorty. Thanks, mate. I burnt the shit out of it by the end of it. But going to bring in Horn Francis this week after not starting him. Yeah, good to outline that. Looks like he's finally hit some form. 100%, mate. He looks damaging. He looks angry. He looks just impactful again, powerful. So, yeah, he's back. Harry, any piss on the hill on Saturday night, Shorty? No, I didn't. A couple of drinks across the weekend, but I must admit, yeah, the hill was going off, but we had seats, and probably, yeah, the hill probably really was not quite the vibe I wanted at that point in time. Like, I'm all for a bit of piss drinking, but gee, it was hectic. It was pretty hectic up there, and I was pretty happy to just kick back and watch the footy, but gee, it's funny. Some loose unit activity going on in there. Luke, good to see you using StreamYard. Good thing about it is the comments on the screen. Yeah, I must admit, like, I've never really thought, well, I've thought about it because I've seen others do it, and I'm like, gee, that's good. But I never knew how to do it. So appreciate you guys' help there. And yeah, hopefully that's a much better experience for you guys. I'll work out, or someone will tell me how to do a poll at some point, I would say. Because we do love the polls, that's for sure. Jonas, there will be some major melts this week when people bring in primo mid that gets outscored by tradeouts like Davidson and Humphrey. Oh, come on. What? You're backing in Humphrey and Davidson over a primo, are you? Come on, mate. Fraser, yep, touched on that. Tiger, also, I was thinking it would be best to hold Callahan. Might have bottomed out, or do I trade? Nah, just that ship has sinking and maybe it's sunk. So look, you got to trade. Like, no point holding on to him, unfortunately. Jake, hey Shorty, how are you? Quite well, mate. We're on holidays. We're going well. Thanks for asking. I'm trading out O'Sullivan, Sam DeConing, and Davidson for Cleary, Dacos, and Gross. I have to keep Callahan and Davidson still. That's fair, mate. Look, I think that's probably, I don't know if you can do it, but Connor O'Sullivan probably has a slight bit of coin to make, where Callahan, probably doesn't. I don't know if it fits into your structure and your trades and the positions, but Yeah, I think those are still good inclusions. Mark, Scooby-Doo, Toilet Riz. That's niche. That is niche. Flag Blues going VC Neil into C on Rowell. I like it. Yep, I like it. Carl, are you going Gorn into flex, Dacos into mids, or you head down, bum up, and focus on the rookie double down? So no, I'm going Gorn into the flex this week, and then Dacos into the mid next week, just because Gorn's break even is like 80. Wow, we've got 122 watching. I'm not sure I've ever had 120 plus watching, so thanks very much. And Dacos's break even's 120. So I feel like, look, he could easily hit it, but his price isn't going to probably move as much as Gorn. Even though I feel a lot more confident in Dacos, I just feel like I'm going to go Gorn. But yeah, so that is the way I'm playing it, mate. I don't feel like Gross and Cleary are must-have bring-ins. Like, I think you got to have one of them, but I don't think you got to be like, wow, can't miss both of these guys. Like, they're great rookies. I think they're good rookie options, but I don't really know which one is better. I'm preferring Cleary only slightly, but yeah, I'll look into it a bit more. I'm not absolutely set on either, or which one I would say. I will bring in one, but I don't know which one. Jason, love the content, brother. Oh, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Trying to decide between Rosie and Dacos this week. Definitely Nick Dacos, mate. Absolutely Nick Dacos. He is a tried and true option, and he is a must-have. And I'm not sure he'll get much cheaper. He's had that poor start to the year and opening round, sluggish start at times, and recently he's looked back to his best. Max, who do I trade in for 520k to upgrade Bailey? Humphrey. Or if I was you, I'd just wait on that. So Humphrey is at a break even where he's probably not making much, but he's also not losing much. Where I think we need to have a bit more of a look at Petrarca and a bit more of a look at Chad Warner. I think if you had to pull the trigger right now, I don't know what his price is. I'm just looking it up. I'd go Nick Martin if you had to do it right now. But I'm very interested in Chad Warner. I just think there's a chance when Taylor Adams and a bit longer term Papley comes back. I just think they need to bring him into the midfield a bit more. So yeah, that's probably a watch for me. Marco Cats got gifted last Thursday, mate. Arms clearly in their favour. Come on, bro. Look, we got the Dempsey one, but look, aside from that, there wasn't too much. I tell you what, they just got Paddy Dangerfielded, mate. Paddy just tore him a new one. I tell you what, Crows fans, they were booing plenty at the start of the game. Oh, couldn't hear you. Couldn't hear you at the end. You're probably too busy heading to the train. So, geez, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful day. Riley thinking Fraser and O'Sullivan for Wanganeen Miller and Caden Cleary. Yeah, love that. Look, O'Sullivan could have one more week, but that's sort of a trade set up. I think that's good. Shorty, 2,138 for me this week. Not too bad. No, that's not too bad at all. That would have been pretty similar to me. What did I get? 2,173. So, yeah, look, I reckon we take that at this point. But I'm building, guys. I'm building back. I'm telling you, we'll get to the top 5K. Stick with me. We'll get there. Look, think Dacos will go well and all go well with no tag from both Thursday teams. Both teams in Thursday. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I've seen him play some pretty good footy up in the Gabba as well. So, yeah, for my sake, I'm just saying to the SuperCoach gods, just nothing over 130, Nicholas. Nothing over 130, please, mate. I'll wear a 125, but if you go 150, God, you'll piss me off. Luke, did you get to the Blues v Eagles, Shorty? No, I didn't go to that. We're at the pub. We're all watching on the pub by that stage. Probably a good one to miss. Harvey, Davidson, and Camperali out for Cleary and Gross, or do I get Rosie in? Nah, look, if it was double downgrade versus getting Rosie in, I'd probably prefer the double downgrade. I think, yeah. Look, I think Rosie's not a bad option, but I'm not sold on him. I'm not sold on him. I better jot his name down too, because he's a good one to speak about. Twisted, thoughts on captaining Max Holmes? He's been getting a lot of time off halfback this season. He's probably been getting more time in the middle. Like, that's where he's really been plying his trade. I think he's probably gone to halfback mainly to shake the tag. So I probably wouldn't I know McGuinness went to Finn Callahan for a half the other week, and I know McGuinness isn't the week in, week out tag like he used to be, and I'm not even sure if he played last week, did he? But no, I'd be nervous. Maybe I'm once bitten, twice shy, but he killed me the other week. I'd be nervy starting him having him as the skipper. Josh, you really keen on Cleary or Clearly? Think there's a good coin to make and plenty of security. Yeah, I like him. So Cleary versus Gross, like I said before, it's hard. It's just such a volatile setup, the rookies, particularly ones that come in early in the year. I prefer Cleary. I'll tell you what makes for good reading. I remember looking at Cleary's VFL stats from last year. Some impressive stats. This kid can find the footy. So I'm pretty sure he's an academy player at the Swans, or was. Let's have a look. 2024. So, 2025, he had 37 touches in his only game in the twos this year. And last year to end, he had 34, 21. Well, not much in there, but then he's had 39 in a game before. So it's hard to get a grip on some of the. I probably thought those numbers were a bit better, but you get my point. He can find the footy. He's probably the one I'm looking at. Max, who do I trade? Oh, yeah, we mentioned that one. Luke Turner, I have no clue what trades to do. I have Bergman, waiting to see if he plays. If he plays, I'll hold, but also have no clue what trades to make. Fair enough, Lukey boy. All right, what are we going to do? If I was you, I would prioritise getting one of Cleary or Gross. I'd probably get Cleary, try and get some of that cash gen going on. And then depending on what your setup looks like, trying to get in Nick Dacos or trying to get in Max Gawn or trying to get in Caleb Sarong or Noah Anderson, anyone like that, Nasai Wanganeen-Miller. So try and go the old one up, one down. Harry, you got the door shut behind you tonight. Good to see. Doesn't happen much, does it? Doesn't happen often, but I did it just for you, Harry. I think Brayshaw's a good option, mate. Look, I'm a bit stuck on the captain at the moment. I'm not quite sure. Jason, do you think Dylan Moore might be a good option? Scored a ton and got a lot more CBAs with all the Hawks injuries. Thoughts? Yeah, look, I did notice he got a bit more CBAs, and he does love it in the guts when he does get the opportunity, which doesn't happen much. But no, he's not one for me. I think inevitably, look, they will, I think, prefer to play him in the forward line. I don't know when he went. If he played mid all game, then maybe correct me. But I get the sense he probably played more mid the more the Hawks struggled and they tried to throw the magnets a bit. I still feel like he will predominantly play forward. But yeah, I would prefer to have a look at other guys like a Warner or a Petrarca. Shorty, you're a nutcase, mate. I would love to know exactly what that was in reference to, but it's hard to argue. James, what's Rosie's break even? It is 85. We checked that one before. We touched on that one before. Nice cat. Oh, I must have got up to get the aircon on. That's right. You guys are freaks. Look, we're back home by the Port V Hawks start. No, mate, we're about half time, third quarter. We stopped at Keith on the way back. Good pub at Keith. And it takes a long time getting home. By the time you get out, you stretch your legs, you get some petrol. It took us ages, but we got there in the end. Oh, shit, Max. Yeah, we mentioned that. I reckon we mentioned that. Harry, Thrills t-shirt looks fresh, mate. I'll rock one myself. Yeah, thank you, mate. Nice. Oh, look, if I don't say myself, it's quite a nice colour. I like this one. Thank you, mate. Luke, how did you figure out how to do this all by yourself, you tech magician, Shorty? Mate, look, I'm just saying. Shorty's had some wins, getting the what did I do the other week? I did something that you guys were impressed with technology. Oh, yes, the premiere, doing the premiere. Now, that might be my next question. Did this show up as a premiere video? Because I scheduled it. You'll have to let me know. But yeah, look, I was happy with how this has come across. When I was getting it sorted today, I was like, there is absolutely 100% chance something goes wrong here. But it seems to be going so far, so good. You can still do polls, I assume. Well, where the hell do I find it, Lukey boy? That's what I need. Someone direct me. No, I'll look into it. Rosie's break even 85. James, reckon O'Sullivan will have a big game against the Hawks. Let me down with his score last week. Nah, look, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason as to why he would get any better. But yeah, he's always a chance for a 50. He's always a chance for an 80. So probably not one to field. The Greek Raven. What a name. Hi, mate. Back to Oz for me. 2 down, 1 up. Roberts and Reed to Gross and Cleary. 720k in the bank to bring in anyone. I'm tossing up between Dacos, Merritt, and Rosie if his role stays, or Horn Francis or Brayshaw. Whew. I would probably go Horn Francis. I think at the moment, the way he's playing and where he's at now price-wise, it might not get better. Like, his break-even would be in his boots. Like, it'd have to be like 40 or something, wouldn't it? Otherwise, probably Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos or Zach Merritt, probably as reliable as they come. So, yeah, Horn Francis, break even. Yeah, 39. There you go. I have Whitfield, Sinclair, Zorko, Sarong, Neil, Dale, Dunkley, Rao, Gorn. Oh, yep. That was a flow on. Yeah, as above, I reckon Horn Francis. Marco, surely love the story when you beat the Pies and those Collingwood flogs in front. Yeah, mate. That was insane. For those that haven't heard that story, I'm normally pretty good at the footy. Like, I'm not one to get into too many people's faces or whatever, right? But we had these Collingwood wankers in front of us, and I was with work people too. Anyway, how did it all start? There was a bit of edginess, and it was a close. It's just a bit edgy, and he must have. I can't even remember how it started, but he told me to stop kicking his seat, and I hadn't kicked his seat. I reckon sometimes when I'm nervous, I'll be tapping my knee. I reckon I've accidentally tapped his fucking chair, bro. You're at the footy, come on. And then he reckons it happened again like 2 minutes later. Again, genuinely accident. And he's turned around, he's fucking given to me, and we've had a few words. I'll have to review the footage, mate, on exactly what happened, but we've had words and everything. And at one point, Colin would get right on top, and then they were at me every goal. He turns around, they're tapping me knee. Where are you now, mate? They're getting stuck right into me. And I'm sitting there. By this stage, I've really drawn back because I'm like, I'm with the work people. You're in the wellbeing team. You got to show a bit of restraint here. And I'm like, these guys are wankers. I'm fighting a losing battle if I engage with dickheads like this. But I thought, Cats, if ever I need you now, Geelong, put in a performance. And didn't they? They came back. And, oh, man, when they sunk them, I was up. I was like, let's go. Fucking bang. I was up and about, mate. We're fucking silent, mate. Until the last bit. Because they got up to leave, and I was so close to being like, jump on the V line, are we, boys? But I thought, nah, take the higher ground, mate. And they actually said, see you to all my other mates. So like, oh, see you. Yeah, well played. Yep, good game. Except for that fuckwitted mustache. What did they say? That's right. Except for that mustached fuckwit. What is that? Fuck, it was funny. I will have to review the video, Marco, as to how I got myself into that situation. But it was tense. Normally, if I was just with my dad or something, I wouldn't have cared that much. But being with work people, but no, nothing sweeter than sending people like that off. Oh, man, catch you later, pricks. Marco's loving it. Josh, so are we keen? There's plenty of coin to hopefully be made on Cleary, but more importantly, their job security. I reckon we touched on that before. Absolutely. I think finally getting some options, which we need. Up the Cats, mate. Let's go, baby. Lukey boy, how are you feeling about Easter Monday game, shorty? Bit nervous, mate. Like, super pumped. Like, I'm excited. But, yeah, I would anticipate that Hawthorn will be absolutely pumped. They'll be seething from last week. So, absolutely, mate. I'm looking forward to it, but I will admit there's a bit of nervous energy about it, mate. There really is. Harry, shorty, mate, I'm about to scoff down a big Easter bunny, mate. Should be an absolute treat. Oh, bro, I am jealous. That sounds like a great time. TR, should I keep Patton to loophole forward and defence miss either and miss Gross or Cleary, or should I trade him? He's a bit of a dead rookie. I'd probably trade, mate. I don't think you want dead rookies like that. So yeah, I'd probably make the move on him there. Thanks for your questions, guys. Look, we'll do our best to get through as many as we can, and hopefully going through people's comments one by one, it might cover off yours indirectly anyway. Mac, Gross, or Cleary, or both? Both if you feel like you really need cash gen, like if you've got a dead rookie like that, but Cleary if I had to pick one. Kaz, I have to use my 4th boost to get Armstrong out. I've made 12K from his starting value. Oh, boy. Yeah, that 12 weeks, that's brutal, mate. That's frustrating. But look, I'm going to lose or use my last boost. So thanks for the feedback, Harry. Look, we take our time. We get to them all. I'll go till 9 or so. We normally get there. It just takes a bit of time. It's the fairest way to do it. Carl, Jaden finally did the shorty name proud. Silky little ton. Might finally be able to show himself at your family reunions. I know, mate. I know he finally delivered. Don't know if anyone really kept him to enjoy that, but maybe you did, Carl. Jonas, where is Rookie Coach? He has been anticipating an invite to your house for a stream. He is so keen, he might even vacuum for you. I'll tell you what, if vacuuming is in the equation, he might just get himself an invite. Anthony, I've gone De Koning to Matt Carroll, Davidson to Marek, Callahan to Dacos. Are these good trades? If not, for who? I'd be a bit worried about going early on Carroll. I like all the inclusions, all the exclusions. Or actually, Marek probably has one more week in him. But look, if it works, it works. I think getting Dacos is the priority. How much cash you got left over? Have you got 20K rolling around to bring in Sardal Hooley instead? Luke, funny Jeff saying he feels like you're famous. He's playing that one up a bit, mate. Anytime someone says hi to me, he's like, oh, mate. They never say hi to me, do they? You're bloody celebrity. I'm like, shut up, Jeff. Come on, mate. Gabe, Max Gawn or Rosie next week? I'd be more confident on going Gawn. Marco Shorty, I had the VC on Brayshaw, but then thought McRae could go bigger and drop me a 70. Thought McRae could go bigger. What did Brayshaw score? I don't want to rinse you straight up here, mate. Let me just check my facts, but what the skibbity, guys? You didn't look at a 150 and think McRae could go bigger, did you? Surely we have our wires crossed here. Come on, mate. Did the games cross over? You can't say no to 150. Tommy, Merritt or Horn Francis? Oh, that's tough. I'd probably go on necessity and break even. I'd go Horn Francis. Bro Nasiah had been such a good pod for me. Very happy with it. Yeah, that's a good pick. Probably going to become a little less pod now, but geez, fly him. Dusty, Hole Camperali could be selected. I'd be preferring to probably bring in Gross or Cleary, I think, unless he does get selected. But even then, the cash gen wasn't looking great. Graz, Whitfield, Sinclair, and Nasiah. Probably Nasiah at the price. I mean, they're all great options. I think Whitfield's dropping a bit. Sinclair will drop a smidgen. But yeah, probably Wanganeen Miller up. Marco got Ash in for Roberts, and then he'll probably give me the Bailey Smith. Yeah. Oh, mate. Hopefully not. I think it's the right play, though. Jack, my trades, Roberts to Koning and Hall out for Whitfield, Dacos, and Gross. Nice. The double upgrade. We love that. Oh, Baggers in the house. Would you look at that? Oh, God. Oh, boys. I enjoyed our league games last. I knew you'd bring that up, Baggers. You naughty man. Jesus. Well played. Well played. G Money. Would you have Gross or Lindsay on field this week, mate? What are we running with opposition-wise? I always forget. Probably go Gross. I think I'd go Gross, but yeah, it's a tough one. Anthony, I've gone to Koning, Carroll. Oh, yeah, we mentioned that. Luke, what did you make of the Pies v Swans on Friday night? We're kind of in it for a half when we met. But overall, I was really disappointed with the Swans. Yeah, it was a bit anticlimactic. Thought they were going to come back for a sec. No, they did not. They did not. No, so it was a bit, honestly, aside from the Geelong game, it was a bit disappointing from the footy, but great atmosphere. Connor Stone Misso. Can't say I've seen her, mate. Thoughts? Crazy tree. I'm bringing in Merritt, then Dacos, and either Track or Warner because would have around 500k short of Martin. Yeah, I think that's fair, mate. I think that's fair. I think it's probably good to wait on those guys, just get a bit more info too, just to see how they're going. Do they respond? Because they're a bit out of sorts. Maxine, who should I get? Whitfield, Dacos, Gawn, or Holmes? I would be going probably this week Gawn. I think he's probably the one. Nice or break even, which makes you sort of want to do that as well. Culture, hey Shorty, which 3 trades should I do? O'Driscoll for Ralph Smith, Track for Rao, or Will Ashcroft for Leake? Sorry, I'm with you. Track for Rao. Sandy Brock. Well, I wouldn't be getting rid of Track because he's got forward status, so he's probably never been more relevant. I don't really like Sandy Brock. Cherry to Cameron. What's the go with Ralph Smith? Where does this come from? Let's have a little sneaky look. No, we always like when a different name comes into the stream. 280. Not really liking the look of this. And a 72. No, so it's definitely not Ralph Smith to play. Probably of all those, I don't really want to do any of them, to be like. I think get rid of O'Driscoll, but do it for Cleary or Gross. Keep Petrarca. Callahan's a trade, but again, you're probably going up to a Dacos or a Merritt. They're probably the ones I would be doing. Anthony Seibau. Not really sure what's going on there. Hex, my trades this week, Roberts, Davidson, and Moraes for Gross, Cleary, and Gawn, because I have TDK, Cherry, and can fix an issue if something happens there. Gives me 260k for 1 up, 1 down. Nice, mate. Nice. I like it. And next week, if you don't already have Dacos, maybe Dacos is in your sights. I like it. There we go. Sammy's back. So he's just used to TikTok, mate. That's all right. We love Sammy's enthusiasm. Gawn, what's your thoughts on Setterfield, or is Track or is someone else better? Now, not Setterfield for me. Look, I'd probably Martin if you can afford Martin, but you have said under 500k. So, look, yeah, probably Track if you have to. But, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm absolutely sold on Petrarca either. Yeah, we spoke about that one. Harrison, g'day, Shorty. What's up, mate? Ned Long, Gross, and Whisper for Callahan, Hall, and Davidson. Or double downgrade and get Cleary. Just froth Ned Long's role. Yeah, look, I would go Cleary. I think, yeah, Ned Long looked great and he could turn up again, but the maths says go Cleary. You're going to get more money for it unless Long just averages 100 for the rest of the year. I think the play is Cleary. Have a look at old mate Baggers go to work. Well played. He's doing well this year, and I have seen him on the old TikToks too. We love it. It's a bit loose too. We like that. Do you reckon Noah Bolter plays on Saturday night? I reckon he should not play. Have no idea why Richmond are considering. Yeah, look, I'd be just holding this one out to the sentencing, I think, mate. I think that's probably the smart call, but so many nuffies. CJG, who would you pick? Who would you take this week? Should it be Dacos, Merritt, or anyone else? Dacos of the two, and he's a guy that's been right in my sights as well. So, yeah, look, Anderson's a good option as well, but, yeah, I think both great options there. Neither will let you down. Marco did Gross for Camporelli. No point on having him if he's not going to play. 100%, I agree there. Zach, do you know how to get the pricing projector extension on AFL SuperCoach? I would assume that's a SuperCoach Plus feature, which is part of their subscription. So I would imagine that's how you do it. Luke, he deserves to play, in my opinion. I found his fault. We're not endorsing physical violence here, are we, Baggers? Come on, mate. Come on. G Money. Also, it hurt having Reed's 104 on the bench. Would you field him over Roberts? No, I wouldn't field him over Roberts, but yeah, I felt the same. It did hurt. I still don't know. Look, Reed's been better, but I don't know if we can trust him. Like he's still capable of a 40. I think Roberts is the safer pick. Crazy Trey. I reckon we mentioned this one. Either track or Warner next week because, just short of Martin. I like that, man. I think we touched on that, but no, I think that's a fair call. I think probably slightly leaning towards Warner, but very interested to see if his role changes at all. Now, we did talk about that one. Shorty had Dacos in. Nobody had him last week. Loving that one. Yeah, it's a good get, mate. It's a nice feeling when you get in just before everyone else. Twisted, if I have money for him, should I bring in Nasai Wang? Yeah, absolutely bring in Wanganeen Miller. He is flying. TR, most are talking about Caden Cleary, by the way, not Luke Cleary. Yeah, probably shows how far behind I was. And I think I realised my own mistake probably 15 minutes after that. So thanks for letting me know, though, mate. Useless SuperCoach. Shorty, do you reckon I trade Tommy Lynch, Leak to Cleary and Gross? Banks me 216 and keeps me with 2 boosts. Have Davidson, Hall, Reed, Marek. They can all be upgraded. Yep, I think that's good. Probably with those guys, like you outlined, they're all starting to come to the point where they're ready to trade out. So get a little bit of a bank going on and launch at some premiums. Conbrain, is Sam de Koning out for Holmes a good trade? Yep, absolutely, mate. I think that's a good call. Himmelhog, oh, mate. I had him in a multi as well. He did nothing. We did mention that before. Nightfall, hey, Shorty, second year for me, ranked 2,600. Wow, nice. I did the double upgrade last week. I'm thinking 2 downgrades, Cleary and Gross this week. Then Dacos, more 99K, Carroll next week. What do you think? Yeah, look, I don't mind it. I think probably wouldn't jump at Dylan Moore. We touched on him before. I had a few people talking about him. Look, I feel as if he still will revert back to more of that forward line role. But yeah, I like the structure. Maybe let's see how Carroll goes this week. But yeah, I think that's pretty good setup there, mate. Shorty, you playing much golf lately, mate? Hitting some big balls. No, I haven't been playing, mate. The boys were asking about it for this Friday, I think. So potentially, but yeah, haven't played for a while. But yeah, so I was, how crazy was the Masters, mate? What a finish. Crazy finish. Luke, everyone was shocked on the hill when Port got 79 to 8 up. Yeah. Insane finish. Like, we were sort of floating in and out of reception. I was like, what is going on here? Disco, big dog, beat a while, mate. Good to see you. My trades this week: Sanders, Oliver, Fraser out. In comes Dacos, Rosie, and Brock in. Nice, mate. I'm not sure if Brock's the best play coming in. Sardell Hooley potentially, but I do like some of those exclusions. Anthony, I've gone to Koning, Merritt, Callahan, Dacos, Davis, and Marek. All good trades. If not, what then? To Koning, Dacos, Davis. And Davidson to Marek. Yeah, look, I wouldn't go Davidson to Marek. Look, he doesn't have that much more cash to make. So I think, yeah, Marek isn't a guy to bring in my opinion. Harry, should I get McCluggage or someone else? I'll go someone else. Look, I just don't feel like he'll keep this up. And also, I definitely don't think McCluggage is worth paying well over 600K for, in my opinion. You like he speed rot, Shorty, 7 years of data, don't forget it. I don't even know what half this is in reference to anymore. Anthony, do I get rid of Cherry for Gorn? I wouldn't do that just yet. I know he's not flying, but let's wait and see. All right, let's wait and see. Yes, he is struggling, but I personally feel like I'll deal with that later if it continues to be an issue, where there's some players that I just know are an out-and-out issue. Yeah, we actually legit might find it very hard to get through all the comments here, but we'll do our best. What do you reckon, Simon Goodwin, or when do I think Simon Goodwin gets sacked? Yeah, I reckon round 9 or 10. I reckon they'll keep maybe 1 and 9 or 2 and 8, and I reckon he'll be done. Josh, Anthony, it's showing them in order. Yeah, there we go. Sam, are you going anywhere for Easter, shorty? No, I might go down to Lawn for like a little pre-Easter getaway, but nah, not really. I'm going to the Easter Monday game, so sort of staying local for that. But yeah, how about yourself, mate? Harry, did any of the fans that you saw shorty get around Jeff on the weekend? No, they didn't. Even though I asked them to. I put the call out on the video, but no, poor Jeffy boy didn't get the love. Scott, shorty, your legend. Favorite side dish with your Kiev and what sauce to use? Thoughts on Levi Ashcroft being a keeper? Look, I don't think he'll be a keeper. That'd be outrageous if he did that. But hey, maybe if he can average 90s in the forward line, who knows? But I doubt it. Favorite side dish? Look, it's hard to go wrong with some crunchy chips with a nice bit of salt. And just dump them in a bit of chipotle mayo, mate. That'd be very handy. But if you want to go real sort of different sort of side dish, a good scallop potato. Beautiful. Yeah, we got to that one, didn't we? Yep. Marco, Lockie Neal has been inconsistent for me. Very frustrating. Can get 70 and then 130. I know he's been up and down, hasn't he? I agree, mate. Back in the primos, but yeah, he's a tough one to get a read on. It sort of makes me like, oh, do I get him in? He's very up and down. So yeah, I think we can see Ralph for sure, mate, for sure. Cameron, any earlier plans on TDK? Shorty, he's going to have to go next week at the latest. Pitto will play, no doubt, especially with Kemp out. Look, it does have me concerned. Yeah, there's no doubt about that, but I'm going to wait and see how it impacts. Like, do they split it 50-50? Does De Koning start playing forward more? Or is it 20-80? Which way? So I still want to wait and see. Hunter, Erasmus. Oh, yeah, we mentioned that one earlier, didn't we? Yeah, so I think that's a good play there, mates. Here's Erasmus. We are so far behind the comments, which is, I appreciate all the comments. I really do. I feel bad that I can't get to them all, but we'll do our best. Probably in like 10 minutes, we might start scanning through some names we haven't seen yet. And then, of course, we've got the quiz tonight as well. I'm not sure if Erasmus... I don't think he was even playing. I think this job security is pretty good on Cleary. Yeah, they've got Mills coming back. Goulden not for a while, but I think his short-term security is reasonable. Blake, thoughts on VC Ashcroft? Something a bit different. Yeah, it's not the worst. Look, only thing he is capable of a 130. I don't mind the point of difference pick, but not one I'd rush at. Twisted, you don't do it on StreamYard, you do it on YouTube. Is that in regards to the polls? Okie dokie. Now's not the time for me to research. I will do that another time, but thank you, mate. Click poll. Well, where the bloody hell is it, mate? I can't see poll anywhere, bro. Anyway, we'll do some YouTubing and researching it. Thank you. You guys are funny. That's all right, mate. I'll look into it. Click on the poll button. These guys are... Now, hold on, Cherry. Well, wait and see on that one. Click the poll button. Thumbs up. Oh, shit. I would hold on, Cherry. I will do some research. What's up, Dusty? Yep. De Koning does suck, mate. He's struggling. Oh, here's Lockie with me in the profile pic. All right, I'm here, fellas. Marco, watch out. I didn't forget about last week. Maybe that's why I'm so behind in the comments, because these boys are having an absolute argument on them. How many crayons come in a set, Shorty? Or is it based on tons or colours? Maybe the twisty ones. Oh, now what spurred you on to ask such a question, sir? Shane, 400 in the bank, traded out O'Sullivan, Humphrey, and Davidson, and traded in Dacos, Wangan, Miller, and Cleary. Your thoughts? Yeah, I like it, mate. All good inclusions there. I think that's money well spent. Glav, hope you're well. Short, you too, mate. How you been? Hope you're going nicely. Ethan, how's the Kiev? Yeah, it was solid, mate. It was a bit burnt if I'm being honest. I was in a bit of a rush. I just got me Probably timing's a bit all out, Luke, what's your reasoning for trading Cherry to Gawn? Well, I'm not. So I'm holding on Cherry. Gawn comes in for Roberts with a bit of dual position sort of flex action. Jesus Christ. Zeus, Davidson, McRae, Patonga for Cleary, Gross, and Merritt or Dacos. Leaning towards Dacos, but you're winning on both fronts there, mate. Both good options. Funny how Riley Beveridge walked past us while we caught up. Yeah. And then after the game, I had a good conversation with him and Mitch Cleary. There you go, mate. Yeah, I saw Cal Toomey when I was waiting for a little banana and Nutella crepe. It was quite the day. Dusty, there's a lot of comments, so can you be a little quicker? Mate, I'll just do my best. Try and make it as punchy as when I can. But look, I'm not gonna speed run them because I feel like that does people a bit of a disservice to ask the questions earlier. But hopefully the general consensus of questions gets answered, even if it's not specifically yours. Do my students know your TikTok? Yes, I believe they do. They do pop up from time to time. Yeah, a couple of cocktails today, mate. Couple of cocktails. I think we've sobered up by now, but knocked a couple back. Got 490k. Does Twisted to spend on the midfield shorty. Who should I bring in? 490. Well, it's not really enough, mate. Look, I'd be looking elsewhere if I was you. It's not really enough for a premium. So yeah, you're probably looking for a money maker or hold that cash and then look at a Warner or a Petrarca next week. Warner will probably float more into that price range, but yeah, we're going to need a bit more 550 plus to get anything good in the midfield. I am back to work next week, Harry. Back to work. So straight into school camp. So I will have to do a live stream. Geez, probably next Friday, mate. Yeah, I don't know when I'll do it. El Houli is not a must-have, Zeus. He's not a must-have, but I think he's a guy that if he's not named sub, could be a handy option. Jesus Christ. That is information I was not aware of, Baggers. Wow. They don't miss in the comments sometimes. Yes, the gettable shirt. Yeah, you did mention that, mate. I like the shirt. Oh, boy. We're getting a little loose now. Look, Marco, to be honest, we're having a chat to a lady at the moment on one of your dating apps and hoping to have a little date on Sunday night. So let's see. Jesus, Baggers, calm down, mate. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I like it, mate. I think Merritt's a good option for sure. Harry Shooty, mate, how much of a fraud is Clayton Oliver? Racks it up for fun. Waste it, probably a hack on. Yeah, look, he's a frustrating watch because he finds plenty of it, but just doesn't hurt you at all, does he? Very frustrating watch. Very frustrating. Gawn or Dacos, James? I would go Gawn as of this week. Shane, short my previous message with 400k in the bank and kept the same trade. Oh, nice. You'll be ready to launch in the coming weeks. Yikes, the boys are getting pretty reckless. Shorty, you and Kane Corns would get along well, I reckon. Don't know if to take that as a compliment or not, but I nearly met him too. I met Kingy at the live broadcast, which was pretty sick. Zach, trade or hold Jai Simpkin and Matt Roberts? Definitely a trade on Matt Roberts. Jai Simpkin's a tough one to read. He's had one bad one recently. He was back in form. I would definitely trade Roberts and assess your situation over it. Nah, Nevitt's got to go, mate. He's trash, mate. I think he's got to go. Jesus. All right. Not that I'm going to disrespect Baggers and Lockie. We're going to just start to flow through a few names in a moment that I haven't seen in the comments and hopefully try and share the love for those that have come on a little bit more recently. I don't know if you've seen Josh yet. Zorko or Dunkley into Brayshaw? I'd go Zorko, I reckon. I'd go Zorko. I feel like Dunkley might sit on Dacos a smidgen, but Hugh, Gawn, Nicky, or Merritt? I go Gawn this week, mate, purely from a break-even standpoint. Shorty, you get a plane up to Adelaide or in the car? Yeah, we drove, mate. Drove over, which was a fun car ride over. Long car ride back. And Pentos has entered the chat. Thoughts on the triple downgrade this week? My trades Cleary, Gross, and Zach Reid for Roberts, Lindsay, and Humphrey. This leaves me with 600K next week and allows me to trade probably Murphy, Reid, and Lawler to 2 primos. I like it, mate. I think I don't mind it. Look, it's a big triple downgrade. I like banking the cash. Don't trade out Sammy Lawler because he should hopefully be back and should hopefully make a bit of cash. Where are we? Yikes. All right, we're getting a little hectic now. Do I know? Not sure what I was in regards to. I was hectic tonight, so I was there. Oh, the hill. Yeah. Yeah, it was going off, wasn't it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, leave Lawler for sure. Ben, do I trade Roberts or O'Sullivan? Roberts, mate. Roberts for sure. Hex, I think I have the best VC option this week. Merritt into Brayshaw. Surely it can't get any better than that. It's a pretty good option, mate. I particularly like Merritt, mate. I'd be doing that if I could. Reese, hey, Shorty, what's good? Do we keep Davidson for one more week? No, I don't think so, mate. Look, he can certainly go. Yeah, he's made his money. I think he's got a break even around 60. So, yeah, he can definitely go. Darcy, thoughts on Roberts if you haven't talked about it? Yeah, so we just touched on him. I think he is a trade out, mate. 584 for Dacos has got to be a steal of the country, of the century even. Jesus, shows how my eyes are going at the moment. He'll go well past his break even. Brizzy not tagging him. No, I think it's a good call, mate. I think he's coming into my side next week. Drop Cherry for Gawn and Libba for Dacos. No, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't be going Libba just yet. He's going fine. But yeah, I would be keeping an eye on Cherry, I think. Keep an eye on him. Luke Shorty, here's a stat. On Thursday night, Chris Scott overtook the amount of wins Clarko had at the Hawks with 229 and Clarko. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's been a great coaching career, hasn't it, mate? Very good coaching career. Detroit, very good. You got the chat thing going. Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. Look, we got there in the end. Reese, what's your thoughts on Rosie too? Yeah. I think Mark probably not wanting this as a screenshot. Yeah, I think Rosie is a solid option. I think the role was good. I don't know if I'm going to launch at him, but I wouldn't talk you out of it either. But Mikey, hey, Shorty, love the content. Oh, thanks, mate. Been watching for a few years. Thank you for what you do for us. Oh, thanks, mate. That's very kind. Appreciate that. And you're absolutely welcome, mate. I love doing it, but yeah, my favourite night of the week for SuperCoach is definitely the lives. You guys crack me up, so thank you. Shorty, how about a poem? Mate, you're the one spinning the beautiful words, my friend. I'm going to leave that to you. Maybe if I had a bit more time, I might whiz one up for you, brother. But we got questions to smash. Woody T, Shorts, that was a -10 clanger from in front of Corns. Oh, I know. That was a nightmare. I don't know if you watch my other sort of vlog type video, but I had one half decent kick, but that was a stinker. Shorty, you always seem to be real bit. Yeah, mate. I know. Look, I think next year I'll just be boring. You know, no mid prices, no risks. I'll just be boring. Honestly, I think the tactic didn't work this year. Ned Long a keeper. No, Dylan. Come on, mate. No. What have I done here? Shorty, always good jumping on live. Bit of class. Nah, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. It's good to see you. Dukes, does Tuke Miller get DPP next week? Well, they won't change until 6 more weeks. So what's that, before round 12? So I'm not sure. It'd have to be half a chance, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. Jake, hey, mate, just wondering what your soft tissue injury history is like and if it's worth bringing you in this week. Soft tissue reasonable, has done a calf. But Yeah, I'll bring me in, mate. Maybe not on the form you saw me kicking at Kane Corns, but oh, gee whiz. Baggers is launching into him. Luke, yeah, I'm glad I didn't go to the Blues and Eagles. Went to the Barossa. Yeah, that was not a bad game, actually. Not a bad game. And it is a pleasure to see Spooky Mookie back. Hey, Shorty, hope you're doing well, mate. Only... Don't know. That might have been all he said. Good to see you, mate. He's an OG from way back, Lukey boy or Spooky boy. Zed, Shorty, do I bring in Dacos this week? Would love to do it for Matt Roberts, but can't. Yeah, I had that issue too. That would leave me with one boost left. Got to do a boost to get him in. Look, I probably would, to be honest. I probably would. I think he's at a great price range. Either bring in him or Max Gorn, I reckon. Oh God! Look, we are going to try and get to this quiz in about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna skip. Oh, here he is. Here he is. What's he got for us? Hey, Shorty, hope you're doing well, mate. Team's doing as well as 1996 Fitzroy right now. But any chance you'll be at the G Games, looking for a chance to play my SuperCoach decisions on you? Yeah, mate. I'll be at the MCG on Monday, mate. I'll be there. Let's have a look through for a few names that maybe we haven't seen as much. Disco, by the way, mate, the bigger view numbers tonight might be due to the algorithm bumping your live stream up the feed while it's live. Usually I have to go looking for the vid. Ooh, okay. Nice. Well, I'll take that. I wonder, I don't know, would it have anything to do with going through StreamYard and being a bit more visibly impressive? I don't know. No, I know. Jeez. Ash has been a tough one to get a feel for, hasn't he? He's really surprised us, mate. But let's have a look for a few names. Oh, we can't scroll past Carl. Yeah, the three-peat, mate. It would be uncharted territory. We used to have a fella, he went by the name of Daniel T. He would often do very well in the quiz. Now, haven't seen him for a while, but I reckon he may have been the only guy to ever get close to the old three-peat. I don't reckon he did it, but yeah, I'd be interested to see. Very interested to see. All right, what else have we got here? Oh, we haven't seen Flaming Hawks yet. What's he got for us? Shorty, do I get rid of Neil because he keeps getting tagged by people who don't tag you? Look, I wouldn't get rid of him, but he is frustrating. Oh, I've scrolled down to the bottom, mate. What have I done? Scrolled down to the bottom. He got a little free hit there. That must have been when I accidentally enlarged the whole bloody screen. We are going to have to scroll up a bit here, guys. Oh, for fuck's sake. We're miles fucking behind, bro. Thoughts on pillowcases? Oh, jeez. The boys just having absolute conversations in the thing. Oh, there we go. So we're back. Let's try and find it. We're going to specifically approach the fresh names here. Max, no, I don't think they will tag. Dunkley might be slightly defensive on him, but I don't think so. Bear Patterson, 32 trades left, no boosts, and ranked 9K. Might use my first boost this week. Robertson, Davidson, Lindsay, and Campo. Yeah, I like it, mate. Doing well, not using any boosts, mate. That's fantastic. Here we go. Nathan Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin. I've given him Bitcoin. Hey, Shorty, I'm thinking about bringing in Lockie Ash. Break even 39, averaging 112. I've got 540 in the bank. I'm not keen on boosting a trade this week. Generate more cash. Look, there's something for some reason. I don't know if I can trust him. I don't know if it's the fact that like he's sort of new to the party, but I don't know if I can trust him. But look, the break even's good. He's on fire. Not sure. I would go Dacos out of those, Jack. My mate, another Jack, LDU is my bloody mate. No, not an option at the moment. He needs to fire up. He's slightly worked back into it, but we need more. I don't know. I don't think I will buy FL 26, mate. I'm not much of a gamer, but let me know if it's any good. Hey, mate, Seb, what's up? Going well. Got the VC on Dunkley, then tossing up between Whitfield, Rowell, and maybe Holmes. Of those, I'd definitely go Rowell, I think. Go Rowell for sure. Harry, should I get McCluggage or someone else? Get I think McCluggage is too expensive for what I feel he's actually at. Maybe a Sarong, Anderson, Rowell, Merritt, Dacos. Maybe the ones. Jacob, what are we doing with Sardis if he's not named? Look, he's probably falls into the category of wait until a good rookie pops up. So maybe if you haven't already allocated someone to Gross and Cleary, you might go them. But yeah, it'd be frustrating. I'm hopeful. This one is up for debate. I wouldn't say I was a gun footballer, but we're solid. We're a solid performer. Just a simple Resi's guy. I would go Dacos out of there. Those two, Lobster. All right, who's a few? We haven't got to the Baby Ghost. Projections on SuperCoach on desktop is a Chrome extension. This is news to me. Kai, is Roberts gone or are we holding? And then what about Clary? Now, they can both go. Clary less pressing, but I feel like, yeah, break even 115 for Roberts. He's got to go. Yeah. Oliver, give him one more, but he's very likely chance to go next week. Jeremy, rank 384. Kako, Gross, and Hall need to field two of them. Oh, I'd be going Gross and Hall. I don't know if you got any zeros, but can you emergency loophole or anything like that? Yeah, going very nice in the rank, mate. I love it. Let's get that quiz code going on. Here's a new name. Shorty, I'm currently sitting 21st. Surely not. Holy crap. I don't know what you come here for. I don't have any advice to help you. No. Look, mate, zone in. Lock in, son. And make sure you just keep getting those cash cow guys. I think if you're at 21st, mate, you're going better than me. So I think you're on fire, mate. You might be the one giving the channel some advice in the future. Keep us updated on that. All right, let's just get this quiz code. We'll get a few joining. Cooko, should I boost to get Dacos in for Davidson? Yeah, I think that's worth a boost. Yep, I think so. All right, so you guys will be well aware of the process around play.blookit.com. So that's where you want to go. And the code is 103 1842. Jacob's new to the quiz, mate. We love that. Well, so basically it's just a footy quiz, few questions from like the weekend's footy, a few questions from like yesteryear, days gone by. But yeah, 12 questions. If you rate yourself at a bit of a footy knowledge, then give it a crack. But yeah, we do it every week, mate. So feel free to come on by. Now where were we up to? Oh, yep, there's our mate, rank 384. Lawler and Cleary on field. Well, we've got to see if Lawler gets named first. We need him named, that is for sure. Don't know if we've seen Xavier yet. Hey, Shorty, thoughts on my trades with 200K in the bank at the moment? Davidson, Hewitt, and Henderson out. In comes George, Hewitt, Gross, and Cleary. I like it, mate. Look, the only thing I don't know about Georgie Hewitt. Is he just teasing us? Can he keep this up? Hard to deny the form. But thoughts on Will Brodie getting tagged in the... I saw your name, mate. I thought he's new, but he's just giving us a little stitch up. What is Rosie's break even? Is he going to go down? He'll go up in price, you'd imagine. He's got a break even of 85. So very, very manageable. You'd think he would hit that. Let me just scan through here. Yeah, we definitely got to that. It is a bit of a different setup, sort of scrolling through with the StreamYard. It's a little bit different, but we will adjust. Yeah, we did that. We did that. Oh yeah, we just touched on Xavier. We did Hunter. Don't know if we've done Sammy, Shorty, Neil, or Dacos VC tomorrow. I'd be going Dacos, mate. He's been more consistent and he's got that ceiling. He's got that ceiling. Zook, DeConing, Meek, and Callahan out. Wayne Miller, Rosie, and Grossi in. I like it, mate. Meek's, he's been solid, but yeah, it's fair. Harry, thoughts on bringing in Will Ashcroft over Nick Dacos? Get him next week. Oh, no, it's still, if we've got a chance to get Nick Dacos in at that sort of price, I'll be doing it, mate. Ross the boss. Hey, mate. First time commenting. How are you? I'm glad I got to you, mate. I'm well. How are you? Sheasel, Merritt, or Dacos? What's your thoughts? Who will score more this week? I'd definitely rule out Sheasel. Hasn't quite been at the level we're used to. I reckon Merritt might score the most this week, but both Dacos and Merritt, great options. Shorty, would you admit that you have a bit of a wobble about you? Bit of wobble about me. Oh, I hope not, mate. I hope to try and stay modest, you know, but Spooky's come back and he's just gone bang. He's just gone bang. This fella's new. Thoughts on Merritt over Dacos with his fixture upcoming? Look, nothing wrong with that, mate. Both good options. Both good options. Oh, Glove. What's up? Going to burn my fourth boost. Turn Sanders and Davidson to Robinson, Petrarca, Dawson, and Gross. Yeah, Dawson's just been a bit flatter, hasn't he? But I like it, mate. I'll be bloody out of I'll be out of boost after this week. Alex, thoughts on Ned Long worth trading in? No, I actually don't think he is. So I feel as if he's just not cheap enough. Break even at 28. I'm sure some people are thinking that he's going to, average around 100 for the month or whatever. But look, his scoring ability is great. But I don't know if we can guarantee that he's not going to be the sub at some point. I know he's not next week, or tomorrow night. But yeah, I've got my doubts. I just think the mathematical equation says bring in Cleary or Gross. Flaming Hawk, Shorty, I'm so confused. Should I get rid of Neil because he keeps getting tagged by play? Oh, we mentioned that. No, don't get rid of it. It is frustrating. It is frustrating, no doubt about that. But don't trade him out. I think he's a hold, as frustrating as it is. Nathan Burke, better bringing Gawn or Wayne Miller this week. I think Gawn. I think he's the better option. Wayne and Miller are going very nicely as well, but I think I'd go with him. Wash your mouth out with soap, Spooky. Man's a national treasure and both feet planted firmly on the ground. Take a long, hard look at yourself in the mirror. Come back and ask for forgiveness. Yeah, I think he's spot on there. Oh, we love it, Carl. We love it. Glove, Tim Kelly to return. Who do you reckon makes way? Oh, honestly, I'm concerned about Clay Hall. Felt like he just didn't put his best foot forward. But yeah, it's hard. Very hard. Look, I think it's a real watch for me, these teams this week. I get nervous about the teams every bloody week. But what to do with Saligo? I would be probably looking to move him on. So try and upgrade to a Dacos, I think. A Dacos, Anderson, or anyone like that, I reckon. Steve, Shorty, I am one of the few that still has Flynn. What's the chance he gets a game this week after another good performance in the Waffle? Williams put a stinker up last game. Yeah, look, I mean, those ingredients are probably the best ingredients to give you something to lay your hopes on. But I even think if he comes in, he could be out the door in 2-3 weeks. Anyway, look, I wouldn't be holding. Look, definitely if he's out this week, you got to move on him, I think. Michael, it's a good point. I'm going to chuck him in the comments or in my notes for my preview. There's something that I'm always a bit torn about. Am I living in the past by waiting? Should I just be more in the present that Lockie Ash is the guy now? I get worried about, he hasn't done it previously and I get concerned, but maybe the time is now. Maybe he's just taking that next step. So, yeah, look, to be honest, I don't know if I got the guts to back him in, but he is playing extremely well. Can't argue with that at all. So, look, we got Clearly, we didn't get to all the comments, but there is a lot from Marco, Lockie, and Baggers. So hopefully we got to most. And if I didn't, I've been taking notes on a few of the more common questions and players, and that'll feature in my preview. When will we do the preview? What has he got here? So, Luke, here you are, Lukey boy. Give me. You probably said it before, but he's confident. I was going to ask him. He's confident on the quiz. How many we got in there? We got 42. So yeah, I'll do my preview. Probably do it Thursday night. We might have a return to the previews from the car because I reckon I'm going to go camping in Lawn, the back of my territory. So yeah, I reckon we might have a bit of a darkened car sort of operation with the preview. So get that into you. Where's the quiz? Oh, it's in Blooket, mate. Get that one into you. Are you in, mate? Are you in, Kai? Let us know. And then we'll get going on the quiz. We got 46 in there. That's a bit of a big turnout. We love that. Look, we'll start the quiz in about a minute. And then yes, we'll I think we'll call the StreamYard a success. I think it's definitely advantageous to have the comments up there. We just got to work out how to do a poll. Cameron, the shorty car previews are a lead dedication to be a huge play on. I love it, mate. Thank you, mate. It is definitely one for the old school, those. Oh, Glove. I hope not, mate. I hope not. Please let us know how you go. Let us know how you go because I've got faith you can take the victory, mate. All right, let's get stuck into it, hey? Good luck if you're new to the quiz. It is 12 questions, bit of a mix of this most previous round and rounds gone by, seasons gone by. Paddy Dangerfield bagged another 4 goals on Thursday night. How many has he kicked for the season? 9, 14, 11, or 13? Did not think he could play this well forward consistently, but I'll take it. So he's kicked 11 for the year. And early days, that has split him up. 18 getting that right. Quickest in was Cameron, Jacob, Simo, Tiger Rewalt, and Ozjan. Cameron off to a nice start there. We love that. Question 2. What number did Dangerfield debut in for the Crows? I reckon I've had this question before now I think about it, but did he debut in the 32, 19, 35, or 25? He did, in fact, debut in the 19, which only 11 of you got right. There you go. So a tough start to the quiz. Gabe, Elias, Kai, Tiger Rewalt, and Jacob. So I reckon Jacob might be on top there. I reckon he's 2 from 2. He is. So is Tiger Rewalt, Fat Dong, and Cal, I think it was. And Gabe in there too. Question 3. West Coast, no comma and S required. Apostrophe for all those grammar nerds out there. Had the lowest ever recorded contested possession count against Carlton on Saturday with how many? Lowest ever recorded. Crazy scenes. And it was 77. Most of you got that right. 22. Zed, Aiden, Elias, Spooky Mookie. Gloves in there too. I would assume that hopefully he's not out there. Fat Dong. Zed, Gabe, Cameron still in there. So a couple of new names up there. We like that. Question 4. What was the highest margin Brisbane trailed the Bulldogs by before storming home to win? So what were they down by? 41, 36, 37, or 39? Crazy comeback. And they're getting pretty good at the comebacks. It was 39 points. 20 of you's got that right. Who was in fastest? Graz, Zed, Joshy Martin, Lukey for 3-peat, and there is Lukey. So I reckon Zed will be on top. Still second. Fat Dong's up there. Ilias, Makaza, Gal in 5th. So Lukey gets in the top 5. Can he work back to the top? Question 5. Which of these players has not yet received an AFL Rising Star nomination this year? Archie Roberts, Xavier Lindsay, Sam Lawler, or Levi Ashcroft? So 3 of these blokes have. But who is the odd one out? Who hasn't done it yet? Xavier Lindsay is yet to. Archie Roberts just got it on the weekend. 27 got that right. I've got Aiden, Glove, Oscar, Len, and Craze Fit. So I reckon Glove's going all right. Aiden will be up there too. Zed, Ilias, Lukey Mack is in 3rd. So he does not muck around. He wants the 3-peat. This would be insane. So you're using ChatGPT. What's going on? Question 6. How many games did Alex Rance play? 200, 216, 189, or 176? And this would be a fantastic win if Lukey can not only 3-peat it, but in the biggest quiz yet, numbers-wise, it is the biggest quiz we've had. He played 200 on the dot, and only 7 of you got that right. This could really shake up the leaderboard. Fastest was Lukey Mack. Whoa, he's coming for us. Jeremy, Hanno, Wild Williams, and Joel. Some fresh names in there. We love it. Luke goes to number 1. Harry's in there. Joel's in there. Wow. He's come from the clouds here. Question 7. Which gather round match had the biggest crowd? Port Adelaide v Hawthorn, Collingwood v Sydney, Adelaide v Geelong, Essendon v Melbourne. I think most of them had around 47, but the leading crowd number was about 50,000, which yours truly was part of, and it was Geelong and Adelaide. Most of you... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Have I ticked the wrong box? Oh, God help us. Oh, I'm going to cop it. I'm going to cop it in the comments. What have I done? Oh, shit. Which of these players has played the most games? I hope that doesn't affect the lead. It probably will. Oh, shit. Lockie Ash, Nasai Wanganeen Miller, Kane Farrell, and Jake Bowie. I feel like I've really knocked the socks off that one, haven't I? I've never done that. I've never got the answer wrong. Shit. Lockie Ash. Correct. Oh, no. East Geelong. Lukey 3-peat, Lobster, Glove, and Gabe. And Harry's on top. Elias, Glove, Lukey Mack, and Zed. Question 9. In a dominant first half, how many goals did Port Adelaide kick against the Hawks? 15, 12, 10, or 11? Controversial scenes here from the quiz. We all make mistakes, my guys. Maybe StreamYard was just too much for me to bite off. 12 goals they kicked in the first half. 26 of you is getting that one right. In quickest was, Lukey Mack, Tiger Rewalt, Find Keys, and Ozjan. So Lukey Mack, he might be back here. He's second. Harry's on top. Elias, Tiger Rewalt, and Glove. Question 10. Which club did Basher Hooley make his AFL debut for? Carlton, Gold Coast, Richmond, or Essendon? I can't wait to review some of these comments here. I can only assume I got destroyed. It was at 9:17. I'll be floating back to that. He did, of course, debut for the Bombers. 24 of you got that right. Fastest in was Glove, East Geelong, GC, Tiger Rewalt, Lobster, and Lukey Mack. So I reckon that'll take Lukey to the lead. It does. He's fought back hard. Harry, Ilias, Tiger Rewalt, and Glove. Question 11. Which player had the most possessions on the ground Friday night? Dacos, Long, Sidebottom, or Heaney? I reckon a relatively easy one, this one. And then I reckon we've got a bit of a thinker coming up last. It was, of course, Nick Dacos, had the 34. Tiger Rewalt, Graz, Oscar, Joel, and Sugg. So no Lukey Mack. Can Rewalt go to the top? Can Graz? Harry takes the lead. There you go. This will come down to the final question here. Tight leaderboard. Question 12. Brenton Sanderson played for 3 AFL clubs. Which of these did he not play for? So we're looking for the odd one out. Did he play for the Cats, North Melbourne, Collingwood, and the Crows? Which one did he not feature in? I think most of us know his decorated career at the Cats, but a couple other clubs that he played a handful of games for. He didn't feature for North Melbourne, though. He just did pretty well there. I thought I might slip a few up. Nicely done. In third, Tiger Rewalt. Second, Ilias. He hasn't done it, has he? Oh, my God. He's done the three-peat. It's unbelievable. Oh, well played, mate. Harry must have got that last one wrong. That is insane. The three-peat. Outrageous. Wow, there is Harry in fourth. Len came from nowhere. Barely caught him. He's right up there. Graz, Jeremy, consistent. Glove. Feel like he may have got booted late, which breaks my heart. Gabe, Macuza, Luke, Liver. Spooky Mookie's in there. Love that. Wowee. Now, Lukey boy. Shorty, you fraud. Now, let's go back. It happened at 9:17. Let's see some hate. Have a look at this. Oh, yep. Hanno, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Seb. I'm sorry. Yep. I know, Lockie, I butchered it. Shorty. Well, at least you won it, mate. You still won it. Yeah, I know. This is true. He's in peak areas. No, can confirm. That one is right. Come on, one mistake in the quiz in bloody 6 years, mate. Give me a break. Come on. Why does this keep happening? Goodness me. Oh, here he is. We'll just hold that screen there. What a performance. Well done, Jeremy. 7th of the quiz on debut. We love that. There's some funny comments in here. Oh, no. Detroit. Last one, mate. Last one. Oh, no. Nah, good stuff, bro. Good stuff, guys. Look, this has been a solid session. We don't often go past the hour and a half mark, but we smashed it. So, well played, Luke. Well played. Thanks very much for all your questions and all your comments. Yeah, look, we do our best to get through all of them. It's a bit of a two-edged sword or whatever they call it. You know, it's fantastic. We get so many questions and I appreciate it so much. But then I sort of feel bad for not getting to them all. But hopefully we got the general consensus, tried to get through anyone who didn't get to at the start. And hey, we'll review the quiz next time. My apologies. But look, we'll be back. Gee, it's probably going to have to be Friday. Might have to be like a random Friday leading into the footy next week or something. I don't know. But yeah. Thanks, Detroit. Thanks, mate. I will enjoy the camp. Should be a bit of fun. I will, mate. Baggers, you'd be surprised. I mentioned to him that you call him a scholar all the time. But yeah, so I'll let you know on the next live. But yeah, we'll be back with me preview from my car tomorrow night. And yeah, appreciate all your comments. Appreciate all the laughs. You guys do crack me up. And love all the support. So yeah, look, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.